During the period of World War II, the Germans decided to transfer the Jews living in each city into separated, enclosed areas of the city, ghettos. They did this in order to shut the Jews off from the rest of society and to control their lives. The Jews were forced to move to the ghetto at short notice and without any choice in the matter. They were generally forced to move to the poorest and older parts of the cities and only allowed to take a few belongings, leaving behind most of their property, neighbors and friends, memories, their entire lives. Life in the ghettos was difficult. Most of the ghettos were sealed, meaning its residents weren't allowed to leave. They were overcrowded. Disease was very common. Families who did not know each other were forced to share one crowded apartment, sometimes even sharing a single room. The Germans allowed only very small amounts of food into the ghetto, which led to severe hunger. For most of the Jews who were desperately poor, there was no option for purchasing food. Food was smuggled into the ghetto, mostly by children, who could get through small openings in the ghetto wall. This was very dangerous, as the Germans made clear that anyone caught smuggling would be severely punished. But there was no other choice. The Germans forced Jews in the ghetto to work, and most Jews worked performing very difficult labor. This was the only way for them to make any money at all. Some worked inside the ghettos, while others were taken to work outside them, returning at the end of each workday. Children would also work so that they and their families would have what to eat. They would distribute newspapers, sell items and food at stalls, and even worked at workshops making shoes or clothes. To them, the world they had known had changed completely, and they had become adults themselves. Sometimes the parents went to work, leaving older children to take care of their younger siblings, and sometimes the children themselves had to go to work as well. Despite all these difficulties, Jews in the ghettos tried to maintain as much of the daily routine as they could and some form of basic human dignity. They established public kitchens in which the little food they had was prepared and distributed. Schools were set up in some of the ghettos, and plays were produced. In some places, they managed to conduct prayers, celebrate Jewish festivals, and maintain some of their religious practices. Children did play different games. Some took part in youth group activities, even writing songs and keeping diaries.